Hi, my name is Kalinda Life. I just finished 6 years of engineering at the University of British Columbia. My biggest fucking peeve, excuse my French. I'm pretty passionate about this, but my biggest peeve was people who did not know how to use Word to produce professional reports. So if you do not know how to do that, I'm going to teach you how to do this in hopefully 10 minutes. So let's just get into this video. First thing first, look at this bar right here in the Homes tab. There's a reason why it takes up 75% of the space at the top. It's because it's very, very important. I know in high school I had no idea what this was for, but trust me, use it. It will save your life, especially when you're writing documents that are 75 plus pages. So first, to make this piece of shit look really, really nice, I'm going to separate all the headers and subheaders apart. First, I'm going to highlight all of my major headers. You can do this easily by clicking and dragging, which will highlight it, pressing the Control button, and then highlighting your next header like that. So here I got all my headers, my major headers highlighted. You're just going to click on Headings 1 right here. Oops, looks like I missed a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so that's looking really sexy already. Now highlight all your subheaders. So again, I just highlighted all my subheaders, and here you're going to click on Headings 2. Now, beautiful. Do you see how everything is already automatically labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? If you don't see that, because it'd be normal if you didn't see the numbers, sometimes I'm just going to press Control A. Right here under the Homes tab, you have your multi-level list. If you have none selected here, then you won't see any numbers. So just make sure if you don't see all the numbers, go to this button here, click on here to get everything labeled 1.1, 1.1.1.1.1, which will make everything really simple. And I accidentally made everything a header, so don't do that, but just make sure you know where that button is. I'm just going to Control Z and go back to what we had before. So already looking a lot nicer and a lot sexier. I'm going to press Control A. My favorite professional spacing, in my opinion, to use is 1.5 because it's really easy to read on the eyes, and I personally believe that. I think you'll get a better grade just by making everything 1.5, and everything just looks real flush and clean if you click on your paragraph square button. And what this will do was adjust all your spacing markings in each line to make every single sentence a square in line with everything except for the last line on every single paragraph. So as you can see, especially down here when you have some longer paragraphs, it just looks really clean, very tight. Okay, before we get any further, I just want to say you've probably noticed that I have these weird markings all over my document. That is the paragraph marker option, and I really love this option because you can really see everything that's going on in your document. If you add a space, you can see that there's a space there. If you add a tab, you can see that there's a tab there. If you add a break page, you can see that you've added a break page. So I really highly recommend, it's good practice to always have your paragraph marker on here just so you can see what's going on. When you press print, this marker doesn't show up, so you don't ever have to worry about accidentally printing a bunch of little lines on your document. Just use it. It's good practice. It's professional to use your paragraph marker. So that's everything in the Home tab. Next, we'll move to the Insert tab. Right here on the left corner, you can see cover pages. Microsoft Word gives you a whole range of cover pages to choose from, which is so much fun. I love it. I'm just going to choose this one in this example. And it looks like I already set one up earlier. Perfect. You just enter your title, subtitle, date, which you can choose from a calendar, your name, and an address, which you can delete anything you don't feel like including. So that is a very, very handy tool, and very handy because you can see I have my pages numbered, which is right here on the insert page. I'm just going to remove them, and you can add them at the top of the page, the bottom of the page, which I think is most professional and very simple. And to get out of this, you can just click the close header and footer or double click on the inside. And as you can see, when you add a number to a page, it doesn't add the number to the cover page. So that's really awesome. Microsoft Word is very intelligent. You don't want to have a number on your title page because that just looks really tacky. So moving along, we have these blank pages and page break. What a blank page will do is just put a blank page right after your document. And there's also page break, which I'm going to show you how to use right now. So your major headers you typically want to have on their own separate page. Rule of thumb, that's just what you do. Subheaders aren't like that, but major headers, they get their own page. So I'm just going to go over to every single major header and give it a page break like that. And because we have the paragraph marker, we can see like funky little things, like there's a space above there that was an accident. And this whole thing was an accident. Oops. So space there. You want to just put the break pages right there. Delete any spaces, just like so. Very simple. Like this. It's already looking really, really good. Break page. So already this is looking like a really professional document. Didn't take long at all, just a few minutes to add a few headers and page breaks. So that's that. And the other important thing are headers and footers. Footers is typically where your page number goes into, so we already discussed that. But headers is kind of like if you really want to add an extra pizzazz to your report, you would add a header. So I'm just going to add one in right here, and I have this like little logo I just like made up on the spot. This is in no means my official logo, but I'm going to copy this right here, copy, and I'm just going to put it up here. Delete that, and there we go. Put that right over here. So this is actually black when you go to the print preview. You can see that it's black when you print it out. I'm just gonna delete that space right there. But it just grays it out so it doesn't distract you from your actual report. And this looks really, really sleek. Like if you're attending a university or work for a company, it looks really, really, really lit, bomb, whatever. If you put your logo right on the corner or the right hand side, it looks really professional. And now we have the design. If you aren't happy with these blue colors, then you can feel free to choose any color of the rainbow and even make your customized colors for your report. Or if you know you're going to be printing it out in black, you might just want to choose black, and that way all the titles in your report are black and everything will look very uniform when you print it out. Next, we have the References tab, and if there is one thing from this tutorial that I want you to learn, it's how to insert captions and cross-reference them in your report. That is so important, and people who can't do that, like, it blows my mind how you can get to 4th year university and not know how to use this function, because this, in my opinion, is the most important, like, function, especially when you have like 75 pages and you're trying to keep track of like 33 figures and you're referencing them in your document and they change numbers and it just gets really, really crazy. So pay attention right here. So I have two figures. I'm going to call this one figure 1. And to do that, all I do is press this button right here, insert caption. And because it's a figure, I'm going to choose figure, but if it was a table, you can choose table, and you can also reference your equations. Figure 1, Microsoft. Figure 2, caption, Microsoft, color. So you can see that Word automatically generated a second figure for us. We didn't have to call it 1 or 2. And the cool thing about this, say I wanted this one above this one, if I go over here and click paste and it doesn't update properly, you kind of, here's a, I'll go here, print, go back to my page. You can see that it just updates if you go to the print preview. Really, really awesome. Say I'm referencing figure 1 like I am right here. It is very important to cross-reference it. So if that figure changes numbers because you put a figure in front above that section, you want it to still reference that figure and not the figure above. So to do that, you press this button right here, cross-reference. You can also access it here in the Insert tab. Cross-reference. Remember that, so important. Cross-reference. I want to reference our figure 1 right here. You can also reference an assortment of different things such as headings. You might want to be like refer to section 8 of the report, and if that section ever changes to 9, you want it to be consistent, right? So we're referencing our figure. We're going to choose figure 1. We don't want it to say entire caption, or else it would say figure 1 Microsoft color. We just want it to say figure 1, which is only label a number. So insert. And there you go. You know it worked because if you highlight it, it will be a little bit grayed out. And I'll just show you one trick. I'm going to reverse those two figures again, and I'll just refresh everything again, print preview. Now see, this also updates. It now says figure 2 because this was the figure that I was referencing. Super cool, right? This is very important and it helps keep track of all the figures in your document. So remember that. Please, this is the only thing I really want you to remember because it's so important. Whew. Okay, so we got some figures, we labeled all our headers. Now I'm going to teach you how to insert a table of contents. So the table of contents usually goes after the executive summary. I'm just going to add a blank page here, and right at the top of the page in the References tab, I'm going to select Table of Contents, and you can choose the style you want. This one's my favorite. And it just lists all of your major and subheaders appropriately with their corresponding page numbers. Really cool, right? And if you want to refresh, you can refresh the table here. I'm going to add another blank page, and I'll show you how to add a list of figures now. So blank page. I'm just going to steal the title bar right here. It's not introduction, it is list of figures. And this is not going to be column number 2, it's going to be just standalone. And this shouldn't be number 1 because executive summaries aren't labeled section 1. Section 1 should begin at the introduction, and it updated for us automatically. And as you can see, this is kind of weird. This says section 1 and this one says section 3. Oh, there we go. It updated itself. If you just see some little loopholes in your document, if you just highlight it like that, right click, it allows you restart at 1, continue numbering, and you can figure it out. You guys are smart. That's why you're here. Sorry, that was really cheesy. So, list of figures, references, and insert, where is it? Here we go, insert table of figures. Now you can insert figures here because all we have right now are figures in our document, but you can also do a list of tables and a list of equations. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to choose figure. Okay, and there we go. You can see that the spacing is a little bit close. It did the default spacing of 1.15, and I'm just going to change that to 1.5, and that makes it look really, really nice. Again, you can update it the same way. Just right-click, update field, and that is list of figures in the References tab. Next, we're going to add a bibliography. And that is really easy as well. I'm going to insert another page break here and insert our bibliography at the end of our report. In the References tab, I'm going to choose Bibliography. And then it gives you a lot of different styles. There you can do bibliography, references, works cited, depending on the type or style of your report. I'll just do references. And there we go. Life K, Kalinda Life, that's me. Microsoft Tutorial Vancouver, called myself Life Studios. And the way you manage your citations and references is really simple. You just click this button here, Manage Sources, and you click New, and you can just add your sources right here in the box. And that's where I just added my stuff before I filmed this video, so it'd be all ready for you guys. So that's it. That's basically it. So hopefully this video is only 10 minutes. We'll see. My counter says 34 minutes, so hopefully I cut that down to 15 like I promised at the beginning of the video. If you liked me or you want to request a different video from me, I'm very good at all Microsoft products because that's what 6 years of engineering school teaches you, right? Microsoft's the best. No, I am not a sponsor by any means, but if you know how to use this program, you can produce professional documents. It is so simple. If you want more Kalinda Life, you can follow me at Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, all at Kalinda Life. And if you like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoyed this content, and it also lets others know that this is a good video. Thank you for watching. I love you all. See you next time. Bye.